Hi, I'm Joel Reedy, an attorney at Cornerstone Law Firm. I want to share with you a little bit about what to expect at your deposition. Now, depositions happen when you are a party to a lawsuit, but you can also be deposed and examined under oath, even when you're just a witness to something that happened that's important to someone else's lawsuit. So whether you're a party or just a witness, here are a few things you need to keep in mind. The first thing that's going to happen when you go to a deposition is you're going to meet the court reporter. This is the person who is going to type down everything that you say. Some court reporters actually now speak into a box, so just be aware you may show up and they may hold a box to their face and mumble into it the entire time. This can be really disconcerting if you're not prepared for it, so just be aware that that's one type of court reporter you may encounter. The court reporter is considered an officer of the court. Even though they usually, almost never in this case, work for the court, they still have the power to swear you in, to give you an oath, and as a result, whether you're sitting in a restaurant, a conference room, an office just like this, you are technically in a court proceeding, and anything you say is said under oath. The next thing that you should know about a deposition is that you're going to meet opposing counsel. This is going to be the attorney who's going to examine you. They're going to ask you questions, in other words, and they're going to ask you to respond. Now, I say it's the opposing attorney, but if you're a witness in a lawsuit, it is just an attorney. You may not really care about the outcome of the lawsuit. Maybe you witnessed a car accident or saw someone assault someone else, and as a result, you're called to be a witness. Both sides may have things that they want you to say or don't want you to say, and you're just there to try to give your version of the events as you remember them. The attorney that is examining you doesn't necessarily have your interests in mind. They may really be trying to trip you up. Maybe they don't like what you had to say about their client. Maybe they don't like your perspective. They may push back on you and try to get you to rephrase your answers. It's really important for you to understand that you don't have to change your answers for anyone. You can stand your ground. They may rephrase your answer, and you have a right to say, "That's not what I said," and to repeat your statement. But what you shouldn't do is try to be evasive or to try to refuse to answer questions. Many times people ask, do I have to answer everything that they're asking? And pretty much the answer is yes. Depositions can go long. These are meant to make the time in court shorter when you're actually sitting in front of a judge or a jury. As a result, depositions can be hours long. Some courts have rules about how long these depositions can go, but many don't. You may go 2 or 3 hours. You may go 8 hours. In rare circumstances, you may even have to come back for a second day, although you'll usually know that in advance. Depositions with the opposing attorney can be contentious. You may have two attorneys fighting over what you're saying, and that can be really confusing. Do your best not to jump in and argue with the attorneys also. Let them have their argument, and then you can give your answer. You don't have to feel like you have any dog in the fight. Your job is just to tell the truth. The third thing you should keep in mind at a deposition is how important it is for you to take breaks, and if necessary, to have someone there to represent your interests. This brings me to the question we often get. If I'm not a party to a lawsuit, do I need an attorney present? This is a little bit of a hard question. And it really is a matter of weighing a number of factors. One of those factors is whether you have anything to lose in the lawsuit. Remember that just because somebody else is being sued, that doesn't mean that you can't also be sued. In some cases, depositions are part of an attorney's exploration of whether they can add defendants to the lawsuit. So let's say that you were in the car with someone who got into an accident and you're called to a deposition. You may want an attorney with you present because although you're not the person being sued, that's the driver, if you expect that they may try to show that you distracted the driver, they may be looking at whether they can add you as a defendant to the lawsuit. In that situation, it may really make sense for you to have an attorney present who can help guide you through the questions and answers and can essentially keep you safe. They can object to things. They may advise you to plead the Fifth Amendment or another privilege to avoid answering a question in certain circumstances. These are things that having an attorney present can really help with. One final thing that you should keep in mind with depositions is that you typically aren't allowed to bring paperwork with you or anything to consult. Just as at trial, you are expected to testify from your memory. You can review documents, you can refresh your memory before you go in to testify. You probably should. But then you'll also be expected to turn over anything that you've used to refresh your memory. A common question attorneys will ask you at a deposition is, have you looked at anything that's helped you to prepare to testify today? You'll have to answer and say, yes, I did. I looked at my journal. I looked at a report that I filled out at work. I looked at some text messages I sent to someone. They'll then ask for all of those documents and you'll have to produce them. So just be very careful and be aware that anything that you do consult, you may have to produce. These are a few tips that hopefully will help you if you're heading into a deposition to think about how to handle the situation. If you have any questions or if you feel that you may need to consult legal counsel, feel free to call our office. We'll be happy to talk to you about your rights in a deposition.